Now it's recording. Okay.
Bitch!
Know your role.
My ass is being kicked by a fucking video camera, and it's embarrassing! Embarrassing! I don't know what that accent. Did you start recording?
I did.
Okay,
And
sweet.
with that said, yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Can I see it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because we got cameras rolling, and we got audio recording. Okay, you can let it go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I can see the time, and I can see the battery. Sweet! Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're
it.
finally here.
Holy shit.
Hi,
Hi
guys.
everybody.
Hi. Welcome to Still Small Talk is Lame, a podcast about everything but small talk, basically.
Oh, essentially, yeah. Or we said we were trying to redefine what small talk could be. Because small talk's going to fucking exist. It is what it is. Small talk is going to happen.
It does not change. As
Nope.
much as we want it to change, it's never going to change.
Well, don't say never, because that's what this whole fucking thing is about.
I mean, that's true. I had to move our keyboard, but whatever.
Yeah, no worries.
But yeah, so thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We hope that you come to this of your own free will. We invite you to go on this journey with us together, and trust me, it is going to be a bumpy ride. Because who knows? We don't even know like what we're gonna run into with this whole thing. That's the point.
I like a good bumpy.
That's
Well, that sounds creepy. So maybe not a good bumpy.
that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
Sounds like a waxing complication.
Yeah. I mean, and I think it's our first episode, so I think people should really just gravitate to how cool we're gonna be. So
I hope so.
I think so too.
Or maybe we sound like dorks. I don't know. But either way, come join us.
Yes, come join us.
No judgment.
Judge away. Judge her. Judge. Anyway.
Okay.
So I think people would probably like to know how we got started.
Right. Okay. So here's the funny thing about this. In case you didn't know, this person right here, complete total fucking stranger. It might not seem like it with the way that we vibe and whatnot.
Yeah, we totally did not know each other. I mean, my niece and nephew practiced at a facility where
that's where I work.
Yep.
At my work.
And we just, I wasn't on my phone. She was.
Oh yeah. So he and his sister were like the only ones not on their phone. And it just so happened that one day I was between classes, between teaching, and I sat my ass down on the bench and I looked to my left and my right and I was like, wow, everyone's nose deep, or they're like engulfed in what the class is going.
She said nose deep.
That's what that is. Do you ever notice teenagers be just like, not only this, but they have that neck thing?
Nieces and
they're
nephews.
see,
and just so we're also clear, there's not a massive. Oh God, it made myself sound really old.
It's decent.
It's a decent distance of how old we are from each other, but you wouldn't know, so we're not going to even disclose that because I want you guys to guess in the comments. Guess how old you think we are. Guess how old you think I am, Brandon, and how old you think Sierra is.
Yes.
And I bet y'all bitch is going to be wrong. But anyway, whatever. We'll see how it goes.
Right. But yeah, so they were the only ones not on their phone, and I would make like little comments here and there about what's going on in the class and just in general. Usually like whatever he's wearing because he dresses phenomenally. I love it. And he was like the only one that would talk to me in the whole fucking there. I was surrounded by like 30 people. No one would. They were just. So that's how we started to get to know each other. And plus, I was new to the area. I'm from California, and we're in Illinois right now. So they were giving me the what's up about like where to go, things to see, places to eat, and that was like you were super welcoming, super fucking.
I mean, that's just because like that's the vibe. Like you don't get to know people by being this closed off like person. And maybe this is because I worked retail or whatever. I don't know, but like open-ended conversations, open-ended questions, but open-ended behavior is also really important to making a really good connection. Like you don't want to give a behavior that's going to be like, no.
Yeah, exactly. Or like body language exactly. Yeah, arms crossed.
Yeah.
Or like crossed arms, crossed legs. I'm not talking to you. Sorry.
Like, yeah. No. Or if I've also read this, if like you see how we're like those who can see us. I know our listeners can't really see us, but like those YouTubers who are going to be watching us, if you're not facing your partner or person you're talking to, you're not engaged with talking to them. So at least like. My knee is painted towards you.
You do the knee thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's one of those, like, it's just, for me, it's natural. It's not like I need people to think that I'm interested in them.
Yeah.
And they do that to them. It's more like just.
I do that sometimes.
If you're engaged with them. If you're not, you're like.
Yeah. You're distracted.
Yeah. What do you, no, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just weird. it's weird when people do that. So yeah, we were engaged.
Mm-hmm. But not actually
Not engaged. She's happily married to an amazing man.
Absolutely, yes. So yeah, we would talk and catch up and do things. And one day we were all working this volunteer event at my work still. Like he came, his sister came, and everybody was there. And it was at the end. We were doing tacos and margaritas because we're awesome like that.
I'm not gonna be.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna be.
And it was good.
Wait, tacos and what did you call it? Tacos and Mars.
Tacos and margs. Yeah, we call them tacos and margs.
I love that.
Yep.
Tacos and Mars.
Not my phrase, but it's a good one. And there was just this time, like everyone, it was like a huge group, what, 50?
Yeah.
40, 50 people.
Yeah, it was a lot of us.
We took over half the restaurant. And so we were all just talking, and everyone was doing their own networking little circles, bullshit, talking, whatever. And he and I were just like beside ourselves. I don't know if you could see my side eye, but like we were just like, what is going on?
Because we had already had like some really interesting and like just connective conversations.
Absolutely.
And we had topics that were like, I didn't think of that. By the way, y'all, Argentine tango champion over here.
What? Oh, I was like, what does that have to do with anything? No,
but just like
yeah.
one of our topics of like just like how we got to know. It's like I was a dancer, she was a dancer, and we found bondle. That's not a word. Bonded conversational topics that brought us together to be like, it wasn't like, people bond over negativity. We did not bond once over one bad thing, I don't think.
No. Not at that day.
Not at that day. That's not what the birth of this was either. We didn't bond over like, oh my God, you hate this too?
You hate small talk? Oh my God. We need to just have a fucking pity party shit fest about something. No.
No, the name kind of came from I run my own like agency for apparel, and branding and marketing is kind of my big thing. So I was like, what can we make that's cool? And then I was like, well, let's be funny. So that's how we said STIL.
Small talk is lame is the name of the podcast. In case we didn't say that yet,
small talk is lame, and it's not a dig. It's just like
but it is. It is lame. It's kind of dig. Honestly.
It is lame. Like think about that time when you're like on the phone with someone, you're like,
who's gonna end this conversation so I can hang the fuck up? Like
that's literally what we're trying to kind of be like. And it's like maybe your best friend. You're like, sweetie, I love you, but get off my phone.
Honestly,
like I love you, but get off my phone.
Are you one of those people that will like not FaceTime because you don't do that? You're Android, but like whatever. I get
so much shit for that, by the way.
Whatever it's called, Zoom. I don't know. You guys can't even like FaceTime and multitask. What would you call that?
Google Meet.
Google Meet.
Yeah, I use Google Meet. It used to be called Google Duo. But yeah, I can. But like the guy that I'm interested in dating, he's like, no.
No, but like, do you think that's a thing? Like, do you appreciate that where you can just have someone sitting there and y'all are doing your own things in your own house?
Okay, so in certain situations, like when I was in a long distance relationship with someone,
I'm guilty of that too.
That's how we were able to like share space. But if I saw you yesterday, or I know like we're in the same town and we can engage with each other.
Yeah.
Each other. I kind of think it's annoying. I'm probably gonna get so much shit for this later, but like my twin sister, I'm a twin. She does that to me all the time.
I feel like it's a girl thing.
Like I'll call her or she'll call me and she'll be like, oh yeah, da-da-da. And then like be completely in another place or another conversation or another moment. I'm like,
oh. I don't know about that.
This was fun. I'm gonna call you back. Okay, love you. Bye. Like it was one of those moments. So yeah, but yeah, that's kind of how we were at Tacos and Mars, and then we
just bonded over how much we kind of sort of just thought small talk was pointless, and it wasn't like a dig, but it was just like, God, there's so many better. Like
we heard so many stupid conversations going on. Not stupid, but we heard so many conversations like
it was just meaningless.
It was just kind of like there's a lot of beautiful and great minds among this amount of people, and we are literally just like.
Really, it's kind of twiddling our thumbs because we had been there, done that with all the people we did our networking. Like I had a really good talk with that one guy, our mutual friend, and another one. Actually, I ended up training her dog. That was pretty cool. But aside from like when those conversations were done, it's like that part of the dinner because we were eating too. It was like, okay, so everyone's kind of like they talked and they did their thing. Okay, like
everyone's kind of like filling up on their margarita.
Well, that and like where's the check? Who's paying? Obviously, business was, but like. We were just waiting for the exit instead of make the exit or get better conversation. Like until the exit is there, like why are we like I mean, I don't know, you can comment on people's clothes. You can like, oh, where do you get your hair done? Like, you can do that for like 2 minutes, but after that, it's like
we did that for like our first 3 minutes about tango and dance, and then but it led into more steps.
Absolutely.
Like we led into more in-depth things. Like I got to learn as we go through this season, guys. This woman here, I'm not going to even ruin it. Just stay tuned for the season because you're going to learn so much as I'm continuing to learn so much about her, of how just Age ain't got shit to do with nothing, just so we know. But anyway, that's got, and then I think you had said like, oh my God, Brandon, you should start a podcast. I was like, no, we should start a podcast. And then to be real talk, I was kind of like, I've heard this because I've been on this journey before. I was like, okay, cool, let's do that. And like clear as day, I think we said, okay, let's talk next week. And then sure enough, Sierra was like,
yeah, because that whole like big event was on a Saturday. And so I was like, okay, so then like next week Thursday or something, like we need to have like a chat. Let's catch up or something. And then
let's like map it out. I think we're ready to map it out.
Yeah. And then I think I saw you probably that Monday or Tuesday after at my work because you would come in regularly. And then I was like, hey, I see you. Are we doing the thing? I don't know why I pointed over there. That is like so.
She's like,
are we doing the thing?
She's pointing everywhere. Sorry, I'm just going to do that.
But yeah, I was calling him out. I was like, in my classroom teaching, like, are you going? Are we going to do the thing?
And I was like, yeah.
Walking down the hallway.
And then the funny thing was, I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, shit, she's like, okay, let's go. And then I got really hungry and passionate about it. And then we had like our first meeting and then another meeting and then another meeting. And our first meeting was like fucking stellar.
It was fire. We actually learned, I felt like I learned a lot about you in that first
meeting.
Same.
Because, but the other thing, okay, so I don't think we've ever talked about this, but I was like, oh my gosh, she's scary serious. And
No, we did not.
And I was like, okay, I need to bring my motherfucking A+ game. I was so happy because, being a business owner, you always want to make sure, when you find that fire in someone, you want to I've learned to just capitalize and monetize and protect that relationship. When someone brings the same energy that you do, you're like, okay.
You got to run with that shit.
Yeah. So I did. And then and that's why we're here today, I think. So that's why we're here in front of you, amazing, beautiful people that we can't see, but those who can hear us and those who can see us, that's kind of why we want to do it because I feel like there's such a powerful moment that we get to experience. And if you guys have experienced it, let us know because we don't. I would love to kind of have more inspiration behind how people are connecting in such a space where I'm not going to see your eggplant emoji. So, it's just one of those things that people now communicate on that thing. So, I mean, I think when we were planning out our first episode, I think we were really talking about, how we got started. But then when we had our first meeting, we talked about how we greet and how we check in with each other and things like that.
He said this thing that it blew my fucking mind when he said this, and I had to write it down in my notebook, and it I literally marinated on that phrase for a day. Well, I still do, but so he was like, "How are things within you?" And I was like, "Excuse me, bitch, what?"
Yeah.
What? And it was so good, and it's not maybe your own phrase, but it doesn't even fucking matter. It's so good.
It came from Simon Sinek. I think I know he's on. He's a great business coach liaison. As a business owner, I look for motivational people to kind of make sure I'm being a great leader. But he said that, and I was like, I wonder if this will work with all of my people, not just my contractors or employees or partners. I think this is something I could do. And I did it with good friends, and then I did it with you. And then I was like, this should be our first episode because think about how much we got across in that conversation when I asked you.
So much. I feel even though I didn't, so I knew no actual details about his life, I felt like I understood who he was. Just by answering that question.
She still does. And we're still on this journey of discovering just why, not why, but how amazing we both are as a unit.
Right?
We're the, people would think that we've known each other for 20 years.
Probably. It's literally, if you exclude the time that you were just at my work, because I would talk to you for 10 minutes once a week, maybe. Yeah. And that was only after after I was able to get out of the classroom, because that schedule changed even then. It wasn't because I started March to summer. It was different. It was really summer to.
And then that's even if
it's
you
like
were
3 months, maybe.
Yeah, and that's even if we were in the same visual spot of each other, because I remember in that space that there was another room that I couldn't even see you.
I know, yeah.
So
exactly.
like it was either like when I was either coming in
only that one day, Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesdays. Yeah, we would only be able to like see and engage on Wednesdays, and that was kind of the moment.
So if we're not counting 10 minutes once a week on a Wednesday for 3 months, we've only had 3 or 4 Zoom meetings about the podcast.
We had 5 Zoom meetings, and then we met with all our other like partners and like affiliates that we need to kind of get things covered with, and then that's it. But like
literally that's it.
Yeah, and then I flew back to Chicago, and then
he doesn't even fucking live here.
Yeah, I live in Texas.
That's crazy.
But it was so funny because when I flew back and after all of our Zoom meetings and things like that, I was like, "Oh, that's you!"
Yes, it was so good.
We acted like fucking
children.
Girls. Yeah, so it was almost like those airport scenes. You're like, "Oh my gosh, it was so goofy."
I'm sure they were like so confused. They're like, "Why is she so fucking excited?"
Yeah. Oh, and I think my niece and nephew were like, "What?" So it was just like one of those things of being like, this is why we wanted to do this, because I think it was just like a shareable moment in time where we could be like, hey.
We both have a passion, I think, for doing not typical work. Like this is so fun for us, and it's not even about like being monetized. It's not about making money. That would be a perk, but we are passionate about this, and we believe in what we're talking about, and we believe in being able to model this behavior, because I don't think it exists in society. If it exists, it's very small. I'm not saying it doesn't, period, but I want this to be more prevalent. People forgot how to communicate with each other.
Well, we had so many things happen to us. Yeah. Like, I mean, just as a society. Yeah. I mean, and just personally, as we've like learned, we've just had so much shit just like kind of poop in our laps. Like
literally
a lot of poop in the lap, a lot of lap poop. I don't like a lot of lap poop.
Let me throw this in. I don't know if you maybe connected these dots. I can't even remember if I like said it, but you know where I was deployed. I was in the Navy, not anymore. I was deployed during COVID. Did you know that?
No. Yeah. Oh no. We didn't talk about that. We talked about some other stuff about it.
In the heat of 2020, we left 2009. No, did we leave? Yeah, 2019 in December or 2020 in January. I forget. But either way, we were in the water on my birthday, and because it was during COVID, we didn't even pull into a port for 7 months straight.
So you're just on the water?
On the water for 7 months straight. Just fucking circles. Not even in new places in the water.
We've had many conversations about your Navy life, and I'm just kind of like 7 months of that.
Yeah. Imagine only seeing, and not even on a big ship, on a small ship. So it's like 500 feet of ship. And then you see the same 300 people.
500 feet of ship and only the same 300 people. That's like living in Amish country, but the sea. So you're like in the Amish sea.
It was. I'm not even kidding. Halfway through the deployment in like August or something like that. We had people that like turned over. It's like their time to leave the ship. New people got to come take their spot. All the ROM had to happen and all that bullshit. If you remember, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was dumb. I feel bad for those people, but. So we had new people come in August after we had only been with each other since January. Uh-huh. And it was literally like new kid on the block, fucking like bulldog type attitudes. Like, who the fuck are these people? I don't like you here. Go away. Even though we were desperate to be like, go home, port, land, like new people, new things. But then when new people came in, it felt like an invasion.
Like the
and it was the weirdest fucking thing. Like,
get away. Shoot.
I don't know, so it was weird because
soldiers, shoot.
I'm not the most antisocial person, and I would never want someone to feel like they weren't welcome when they're the new kid on the block.
Yeah.
Like, that's not me. But inside, I had that, like, get out of my fucking space. Like, why? Now, like, these beds are taken up. My whole fucking routine is different. Now you're stepping on me, like, at night. Like, no. You know what I mean?
We will. And just so you guys know, in addition to Small Talk is Lame, we do have additional content that we'll be releasing about all our other fun conversations. And I heard one of them is literally about this life. Yep. So we'll post the link and things like that below. But like,
that was a good one.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a lot. And there's a reason it's going to be behind a paywall. Just for privacy and... Yeah. And
it's pretty fucking cool shit to know, but
it is cool shit.
But it's not. But you know, it's one of those things how you guys get to know us, and we think it's cool that you should. That's not really cool to pay us to know us, but that's
well, no, but at the same time, If you're going to listen to the podcast for free, if we did all that stuff on the free line, then we would never finish a thought. So
Yeah.
that if you want like a
ramble.
cohesive episode, then the other ramblings can be, you get what you pay for.
But they're fun. But they're fun ramblings. Because we're pretty fucking funny.
Well, that, and it's just, you're getting, like I said, we don't know each other, so you're getting live reactions of my life and his life from
at the same time.
Like as soon as you get to know us, I'm getting to know him. He's getting to know me. Everything's like no bullshit. So it's really good shit.
Yeah, and this wasn't a sign experience. We just kind of fell into this.
We did.
But this
completely.
is literally. So all as Simon was saying, ask people how are things going on within you to develop a connection and to really be present with your friends, families, coworkers, whatever like that. So I thought it was really important for our first episode to really just say this is the birth of what it means, what we think it means, because in our disclaimer we're not experts, we're not psychiatrists,
not experts.
But we saw such a positive response that came from just that one sentence of how are things going on within you.
Yeah.
And I challenge our listeners and viewers to the next time you're with your friends or your family or hell, that coworker that you're just kind of they always look sad or whatever, or they always look happy. Just ask me, hey, how are things going on within you?
Or even if you just want to shake it up, because I feel like if you work in an office, because I did that for a little bit, you guys just say the same shit over and over again to each other. You all spin the same fucking plates. Someone's always getting boba. Someone's always buying lunch. Someone's always the little, you know what I mean?
She was not for corporate America.
No,
she defended America, but she's not for corporate America.
I hated that so much.
Well, I'm a big fan of The Office, so
I appreciate The Office, and I get the jokes. I laugh in my head.
I love the fact that was your response. I appreciate The Office. That's almost like saying, I hear you.
No, but listen.
But I'm not listening.
It's the jokes are good. The comedy is there. No shitting on the writers. You know what I mean? It's just that's not my type of humor.
It's a type of humor that you want to be into. And for me, I would take some of those characteristics and try to pin them on certain people I used to work with in an office. And I'd be like, is that
Dwight?
I was like, is that a Dwight? That's your totally Angela vibes. Ooh. Yeah. You're not a Michael boss, but you've got Michael vibes. And where's Pam? And I know. And then my crushes would all be be a Jim, but it was predominantly women. So I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to have a Jim here. I'm Jim, basically.
Right. Oh,
with no Pam, but I wanted Peter. That sounded terrible, Peter. Because, okay. Oh, just because if you can tell.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
It's not obvious.
It's not obvious.
No,
I hide it really well. So good. People ask me, are you sure? No,
really?
No, they don't. No.
Fuck off. Seriously?
It's a total lie. No.
Oh, okay. I was hold on.
I'm flaming homosexual. It is one of those things that you just have to be
I don't know. People go through fucking phases. I don't know you.
Homosexuality is not a phase.
No, phases of how they present.
Oh, it's okay. So it's funny. So yeah, we'll have to dive into that topic. Our subscriber thing, because I have something about that later.
Exactly.
That's super crazy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I think it's really important you guys try to ask that next person that you talk to, how are things going on within you?
Shake it up at the office.
Shake it up at the office, but
But don't get fired.
Yeah, and do not blame us. Do not blame STIL Production Company for your fucking
actions.
Pink slip. Yeah. That also sounds dirty.
That's a school thing, not an office thing.
Is it? Oh, it's not?
Oh, I don't know. Is it? Fuck, I only did one office.
Are we telling the truth when we say pink slip? Because I don't know, because HR departments don't have any. I've never seen a pink piece of paper in an HR office, so maybe
I also didn't really go to school though, so I think that's a school thing. That's something I saw in movies, oh, do you have a fucking orange card? Your behavior in a classroom or something? Is that a thing? Maybe that's California. I don't know.
Maybe, because I was they didn't give you a color card. They when I was in school. No, we can't. We have to talk about that when we're in our second episode, because then we asked them to guess our ages.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
No,
we have to do that later.
Yeah, that's not can't remember that. That's not a thing. No.
So we're gonna talk about. Let's see. I forgot. It was something about conversation and connection.
Well, I think the other thing too is just the biggest thing that I think was really important for us when we were talking about this, when we were in our war room and talking about how we wanted to go about it, it was outside of connection, how do people maintain it? Because building a new friendship is
hard. It's a lot.
It's people think it's so easy now when you have like
Yeah.
social media, but even then,
If it's easy, you're doing it wrong. I swear to God, having a good friendship is like having a marriage. It's ridiculous.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, it was like it was so important for us to always check in.
Mhm.
It was so important for us to always meet our meetings. And I'm running a business. She has a full-time job. She has a husband. She has a life.
Mhm.
I don't have any of those things. I mean, I have a job,
Of
but I don't
course.
have a husband,
Yeah.
and things like that. But I have a business partner who's like a work husband, but you know, whatever.
Right.
And it's like you have to put those things in priority.
Mhm.
It's a new addition to your life, and if you do not do it, guess what? That's when those friendships
They start to slip. And
they slip, or they just become those acquaintances, and then you could miss out on something that's really, really awesome. And I feel
But
like
it's, you know, it's a choice though. Not to cut you off, but like it really is a choice how much and how often you give to a friendship. And I run into that all the fucking time. Like I don't. If you don't, well, of course you don't know me, but I don't make friends with women very well. That's not my thing. Just
why?
they don't like me. I don't know. It's so hard for me to find women that actually like me. And usually the women that do, they're a lot like my boss. They're the
Oh.
same energy as me. They're very
But
intense.
I feel
They're
like
very, Sorry.
I also know you like your boss, and I do not think it's like a gender thing. I think it's just like that's what fucking power and swag looks like.
Well, okay,
So like,
but men don't seem to have a problem with it. I've always been able to make friends with men and never with women. So
well, like
maybe
I'm,
you're right, and I've been conflating it.
like
But
I'm
either way.
taking you to a bar fight regardless. Like that's just what's gonna happen.
Well, yeah. In case you didn't know, I work at a martial arts studio, so that's why he's like.
I'm even if I didn't know that, just like how we bonded, I'm like, no, she's got my back, I got her back. But like,
That's true.
trust me,
Absolutely.
if somebody said something sideways to me, before I could even get a statement out, Sierra would be all like,
Probably.
like she'd be like,
Excuse me.
I have a course correction coupon for you, and it's time to cash it in. Like, she's legit gonna be like, hey you,
Mhm.
I don't want to be your problem, so don't be mine. Like, legit, that's how
That's a good
she
one.
rolls. So that's why I was like, no. But I think that's just our vibe. Like, we're both like when we invest in people,
Yeah.
I think we invest no matter
absolutely, yeah,
no matter
and-
the risk.
Bring it back. So yeah, not one of my only, probably the only female friend that I have is from my time in the Navy, and we are both boss bitches. Like she's so fucking cool. She's a fitness influencer. She's a fitness influencer. She's a fucking engineer at Raytheon. I think I got that right. No. Northrop Grumman. Sorry. She's an engineer with them. She works with electronics and like all kinds of crazy shit. She's some top secret squirrel motherfucker badass. Like she's amazing.
I love it how it's a top secret squirrel. I love
that.
Like
that's
squirrels.
a Navy phrase.
By the way, do you guys know squirrels are top secret? Squirrels are top secret.
Like stuff that they do is top secret.
Those
That's why
really aren't nuts.
When's the last time you knew what a squirrel did? Come on now.
True. And that's not a nickname we're gonna.
They can just have some underground fucking whole railway system that you don't know about.
Which is why those aren't nuts. Those aren't nuts they're grabbing. I don't think they're nuts that they're grabbing. I think those are like fucking.
That's just what the.
We sound like crazy conspiracy theorists, but either way,
we're doing the bit well.
We're doing it's a very funny bit. But I think that's squirrels are again. Or when you see like a black squirrel, again, this is awful.
Those are. Well, actually, I didn't know those existed until I came here.
Really?
That wasn't a joke. That's the thing. In case you're not from an area that has black squirrels, I was blown away. They're at the park across the street from my work. Yeah. I was like, "What's wrong with them? Are they okay?" I thought they were like. Maybe I was like, "Dude, what's in your food?"
People ask me all the time if I'm okay and where did I come from. So it's okay. I'm a black squirrel. I'm not a black squirrel, but
Oh my god.
But,
No. Okay. What was?
Oh my god. That again. This is not for children. So please don't have children.
What was I getting on about with that? Oh, my whole thing is this friend of mine. I had to learn how to be friends with her because she's very stereotypical.
Interesting. I had to learn how to be friends with her.
Yeah, because she's super feminine. She's super like not girly because she is girly. She's feminine. She does embrace that quite a bit.
I love how we're using these keywords when we both are just kind of like, what? Like we like because a partner is like. Feminine. You're a woman. I think you're a woman.
No. But what
I think she's a woman. God.
What I mean is like she does love to like dress up. She always has her hair done. Always has her nails. I'm not that way. So like I see those as feminine things.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let me also let you guys say. Did I mention she does Argentine tango? That is the most.
That's the second time you mentioned it.
But that to me in my head, as a dancer myself, not anymore, because
life, age.
As we just gave it away. Well, no, you can stop dancing when you're like 25. Huh.
Yeah.
Take that.
No, but I'm saying when you stop and then you get
Oh yeah.
older and
You
you come
stop and
back
get
to
old.
it, and you're
Yeah.
like, excuse me, no.
Yeah. No.
Your body forgets that shit.
But like to me, being an Argentine tango dancer, that ain't some like, hey, I'm gonna lead. That's more like if I'm in that female role, no matter what it is, there's a level of femininity that was required. And you keep saying, I'm not gonna like, girl, if you were out there Argentine tangoing, I know that's some lipstick with hair flipping involved in that. So I'm like, don't deny yourself that. You totally are.
I guess, but did you actually? You probably didn't know this, but I'm gonna finish my story. When you're doing Argentine tango, I don't know if it's the same with American tango, so don't quote me. But with Argentine tango, you actually, depending on the direction you're going, the lead changes. So if we're dancing, the man is here and I am here, and we're going this way, the man is leading. If we're going this way, I'm leading. But I don't lead the steps. I lead the timing of the steps. So the guy is actually still. So if we're like this and we're going this direction, he knows whatever steps we're gonna do, and he's got that in his head, and I have no fucking clue unless it's choreographed. But the timing in which we execute those moves, keeping the music in mind, and the speed and the flair and all of that is up to me. When we're going this way,
which is also feminine. Women are like, so like the head of the household. I've heard this in like movies. The woman is the neck that turns that head. So clearly.
Oh yeah. So, that's a good one. I've heard that, but it's been a long time.
I think it was in My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Oh, my mom loves that movie. No wonder she quotes it.
I think it was in that movie.
Like, that makes sense.
If a man is the head of the house, the woman is the neck that turns the head from which way to wherever. Yeah. She's like, Jay, it's like my Greek accent. That was good.
It was an accent.
It was an accent. Yeah,
it was
true.
An accent.
I'm not very good at them. Actually, I'm pretty fucking good at accents, but we're not gonna.
Just not right now.
It's another show.
But anyway, so to go back to I had to learn how to be friends with her. She had like this kind of expectation because she didn't make friends with men, so she was only ever friends with women, and they operate different. And I'm like, this is a lot of fucking commitment. Like we talk a lot. Like I can't even. It was just odd. Like I would just go radio silent because that's how I am. It's my personality, and nothing's wrong.
No.
But I just fucking like. Sorry, I got busy. I forgot. Especially when she's not here. We're in different states. It's hard. And so I do life for a while, and the people I interact with on a daily basis, obviously they see me and we do things.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll be like 4 months later, and I haven't talked to her, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta text her. She's gonna scold me like a mom.
Is that because so like in that? Okay, so there's like we talked about like keeping relationships together are hard.
Yes, it's hard. Absolutely.
So
and depending on the person and whoever, a good friendship is like a marriage. You only get what you put into it. And I'm not gonna lie, I love her to death, and I know she loves me, and we're great. But if I'm gonna be real with you, our friendship is probably not what it was when we were hanging out in person. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like now I have a double-edged sword to that because I have this friend who we met. I think we met on Facebook dating, but just as things molded, and as that commitment to invest into a connection happens, it just bloomed into a much better, stronger friendship. And
oh yeah, definitely.
We've never met.
Oh, this is like remote fucking virtual friend.
Like
I don't know. Okay. Seriously though?
Legit.
Like, never had that, and I call bullshit respectfully. Like seriously?
Yeah. Like so, and the funny thing is, and maybe this is kind of a different like an exchange of world experiences. Is like just a gay man. Like we weren't always running around with like saying like I'm gay, talk to me if you're gay. You just didn't know, so you found at least for me, I found connection always in other ways than organically. We didn't have it's not. I'm sure it's not easy for any heterosexual couple or whatever to just be like go to the bar and be like hi because people.
I fucking hate that.
Because people
so
now
much.
are just like, who are you? What do you want? Why are you doing this? Oh my god, please don't take my social security number. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, you can't have my kids. Oh my god, nope, don't take my hair. Like it's one of those things of being like, don't harass me because because the world has given me this weird dichotomy of it. But when I was younger, and we didn't have certain experiences and things like that, that's all you had. You had a connection, but it wasn't organic. It wasn't in person. So you learned how to just trust the conversation, the intent, the vocabulary, the dialogue.
You're saying virtually trust it?
Yeah. You have to just trust like that person's reality. That's why I feel like shows like Catfish and shit like that exist because yes, I have been in so many moments like that. But with friendships, you get smarter digitally.
Wait,
So like,
hold on. That I've heard of that show. I've watched pieces of it. I understand what it is, but that show was created out of necessity, not novelty.
a little bit of both.
What?
Yeah,
I didn't
because
realize there. Wait, so this is it's happening much more frequently than I'm realizing.
yeah,
Back then, when that show, we're talking about mid 2000s. We're not talking about fucking now. Obviously, it's
yeah,
everywhere now.
but yeah, like legit. Like even now, I have a really good friend who just got catfished.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't surprise
But
me.
a part of me
It doesn't surprise me now. It surprises me fucking 20
I feel
years
like
ago.
the novelty of it now is literally a form of like psychological behavior. Like if you are in a place where you're like depressed or you need like you're feeling lonely, excuse me. If you're feeling lonely, you know, and someone gives you something that makes you feel connected or alive or re-energized to participate in life in a way that is like, you know, dialogue. And then they start to make you feel a certain way that you maybe have stopped giving yourself. Like when people stop giving themselves love, respect, and dignity and pride.
Oh, but that's all fine and dandy when you're fucking going like this or going like this.
But that's why
is that
also
real though?
it's super real. That's kind of like I think think about it. That's what we hate.
But I could do this all day, and then we go face to face, and then there's something about you. It's like I don't know. I feel like I could just be like, you suck all of my energy not happening. Do you ever? You know what I mean?
Well,
you can't.
I think before we were setting up today, you got to witness a little bit of that in my life.
Absolutely, but you're gonna tell me it's not different.
It's not different. It's the same. It's kind of the same. Yeah.
You can tell.
You can tell, but then it's almost like, you know, it's one of those steps in your own inner growth to be like, oh.
Oh, of course you have to be aware of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And we've been talking about this off camera a lot about
awareness.
being self-aware
yes.
and what definition of self-awareness is. But, you know, this is all stuff that we believed why Small Talk is Lame was a good platform for us to get on because I mean, maybe you can also share about this too, is like when I was telling people about us doing this podcast, they got so excited.
Yeah.
Even like a person who's like in their 80s was really excited
80s?
about. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
They were like, oh, we
good
need
on
that.
them for technology.
Like we need that. We need that from people.
Oh,
now.
and they're from that era.
Where
it grew and died. They've seen the whole fucking cycle. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
and they were like, oh no, we need that, and you know, and she wanted it for like, you know, she thought it would be a really good thing for younger people, and I was like, well, I mean, yeah, we're about that, but I was just like, we struggled so hard to figure out like how do we answer that question when people ask us what Small Talk is Lame is about?
Oh yeah, whenever somehow the way that I would explain it, they're like, oh, it's like Seinfeld, and I was like, fuck, no, yes, but no. Yes, in the sense that everything's on the table, because Seinfeld, each episode is its own thing, and it covers fucking whatever. The people just walk around and experience shit, and it's funny. And our banter is funny. We're pretty, like...
I'm pretty funny.
Yeah.
You're pretty funny.
Somewhat. We think we're funny, at least. If you guys don't laugh, fuck off. But...
I mean... I love it. See, this is why she's like, this is why. Bar fight all day. Bar fight all day.
But yeah, somehow it was always like Seinfeld, and I'm like, not quite. Yes, but no. And so then, what did I have to say? It was like so I would say we want to model what it looks like to have conversations where our egos aren't in it. So we can talk.
That was a huge thing we talked about.
Yeah.
It's like leave the
ego.
Door. Because like, I feel like, yeah, ego is such a son of a bitch.
Yeah, and it comes out even when you don't think it is. Sometimes it does, and it just... Ego could even be like, if he's talking, maybe I get a little distracted with my own inner monologue about what he's talking about or about what I'm going to think I might say next. That little shit, that's ego right there. Because you're not paying attention. Because you're too in your own fucking head. So modeling what it looks like to have any kind of conversation about anything, whether it's simple or it's complex or we don't know the answer or like, doesn't matter. Being able to do that with another individual. And also, like, having a good Sorry, there was some random noise and that distracted me.
I love it how she was okay. So for our listeners, like, we're in this amazing, beautiful studio space
so amazing. Shout out to the host. Oh my God, you're amazing.
Sierra killed it. And I'm sorry if you guys don't know anything about liquidspaces.com.
Not sponsored,
but like, If you are looking for a legit space, Liquid Spaces.
But you know what? This is a fucking jewel. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I've gone back through my search history and searched this exact area. I can't find it. I can't find the listing. I don't know what it is.
We got lucky.
We got so lucky.
We had some divine intervention. I feel like
something.
Like even like your husband's brother and his partner. I have best friends with the same kind of.
Same names.
Same names.
Yeah.
And they're a couple.
And they're both gay. Yeah. What are the odds?
But they're not the same
people. And then it was weird.
We have a lot of serendipity. And like,
who's trying to come in our back door? I'm gonna fucking fight them. Who is that? Do you hear that?
Like I do, like legit. See, like I said.
Like I'm about to be so unprofessional and like I'm afraid that door's gonna sound an alarm because there's an exit sign over it. It probably won't. I'm just paranoid. But like I want to just stick my head out and be like, "This is our fucking rental, dude. Like, quit coming in on our podcast time."
And also, this is Small Talk is Lame because Small Talk is Lame is real. We don't like we'll have maybe minimal editing, but like this
mostly because we don't know how to do it. Do you understand? Like we came into this together with all of the skin in the game and none of the fucking knowledge, and we've been flying by the seat of our pants.
YouTube
Holy shit! The people who do this professionally. Kudos. Shout out. Like, kudos. You guys are amazing.
Like,
we don't know how to do audio. We barely know. We probably do video better than audio. Just a little bit,
because, there's some other surprises about this woman over here that we'll eventually go into, but not on the first episode.
That has nothing to do with any of this.
Actually, maybe that's true, yeah, because I
wasn't on that side. I was on this side.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Not talking about a casting couch, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Wow, she went there, guys. She talked.
Because that was the first when we were setting up.
Oh, when I first got in the frame, it was like, Brandon, this looks like a casting couch. And as a gay man, I'm like, that is not a .com I want to look at ever again. But thank you.
Oh my God. It was bad lighting. There's a lot of really good lighting in the space, but it was super bright outside, and it was making our setup look like garbage. And that was just the first thing.
Garbage. I'm sorry, that's wrong, Grace. I don't know.
What?
I'm sad.
Oh my God.
We're sad people, but
we got derailed. Yeah. But we want to model what it looks like to have any kind of conversation. Without ego, because how else are we supposed to talk about anything? Anything that matters, anything that actually has value, where you can connect with somebody. And so looking at his
bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom, boom. We're both hand talkers, and my rings are just like that was one thing I had to be like really careful.
Oh yeah, we were like testing it. He was going like this. And
has anyone seen that? And I respect every human being on Instagram and every human being on social media, but there is this gentleman and his partner, and like I first was like, I love it because it's cute, and they're both of like again I like love whoever, love whatever, love. However, but I loved there's this bit, and I think it's a bit, and I want to say it's a bit. Well, he would just like talk with his nails, and I'd be like, but then that fucking show, but then that show came out. What's that show? Oh, The Wheel of Time, where there is a series of the royalty. They have these long ass nails, and then she just whips them around, and then that's how they communicate. And I was like, see, this is how. Certain things influence certain things. It was hilarious.
What are you spending your time watching?
I don't know. Don't worry about it, but it was really funny. But it's really funny.
I don't even know what I just listened to be honest. I got lost.
Well, I'll show you off camera what it is. You'll be like, Brandon, find other things to do. Listen to the podcast that I sent you.
Fuck! Yeah, I have not been doing that. I'm so focused about other shit. No, but like trying to figure out the audio and how, like, seriously, people who do this professionally for a living and they are the AV crew, fucking shout out to you guys. Yeah, this is annoying. I hate it. I just want to be like.
She's annoyed, but I'm just like but we both like learning new shit though too.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing: we're both perfectionists, and we both would rather be on this side of the couch. But we have to learn how to do this stuff because we were broke and we don't have anybody to go do this. We're not broke, but like we're not gonna pay anybody to do this stuff. We're the
bank of knowledge. We broke in.
Exactly.
We broke. We don't like our ATM cards don't work.
We bounced some checks left and right.
So we had to get some credit from YouTube and some credit applications, some loans of literature from everywhere.
Did you say loads of literature?
Loans of literature. I am the king of putting weird words together. That
didn't make sense.
I feel like, my musical choices and the people I listen to music-wise and, how they make their music, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to do that. Like Sia, she smashes words together all the time.
The lyricists.
Yeah, the lyricists.
Okay, there we go. Is that what you meant to say?
I meant to say that.
Oh, okay, because literature, man, I was like, excuse, what?
This is what public school does to you.
Dude! No. Girly, if you see this, no shade, you're bilingual. And you know who you are.
Yeah.
The people who are bilingual and or did not grow up in this country, or at least spoke 2 languages in the household, but they did grow up here, and they use 2 words that have the same first letter and they sound similar but mean 2 different things, and they use it confidently as fuck, and they're wrong.
I love them.
It makes me laugh, and I'm just like, okay.
When I grow up, though, I want to be the one I grow up.
No, but here's the thing.
Because I want to be like you're confidently wrong, like not mistakenly wrong. You're legitimately coming to the table like. Remember we talked about profanity and like people using the wrong like what the shit? I'm like, that is the worst way to use the word.
That's different though. But you're not. You're.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What's a good example of that?
So, literature and lyricists.
Fair.
That's what I was getting at. In case you missed it.
Yeah, totally did. Like super gone. Like just
what?
Like look at this.
Oh my god.
Like, that's me leaving right there. And then that's my whole house of thought, no furniture. And then that's what you want. That's what I was thinking of. Like right there, full living room. But literally, I'm right here. There's nothing in my mind. And you're just like, Brandon, that's not a couch. There's nothing on the floor. Literature is this window. Lyricist is that window. And there is nobody in the window. That is what just happened to me. Legit. Like,
oh my god.
Like,
anyway.
Sierra's right there in that photo, just looking out the window.
I looked up like I was there.
She was like, I'm just gonna rock in this chair of reasoning because he ain't got it. It just left him.
So anyway, yeah, if you do that, here's where I stand. Especially if you're bilingual, right? The teacher in me would love to be, hey, did you mean this word? I think you meant this word. Is that true? But I've had people get mad at me for that, and it's like, bitch, I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not throwing shade. Like, hey,
but let's go back to the whole point.
You know what I mean?
Ego.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You are literally just coming from a place of saying, hey, I love that we're engaging with each other, and I love that we're having a conversation. And I want to be clear on what you're saying.
Yeah, because that didn't make sense. And I think you meant this word. But if you meant the other one, let's talk about that, because I'm lost.
Because I want to be clear because I'm engaged in the conversation with you.
I legit thought I lost something when you were, what did you say, literature something?
Yeah,
I was like...
I don't even remember.
Neither do I.
But that's,
play it back, whatever he said, right?
But that's how cool it was when it was like, oh yeah. But then think about it. And that is proof that I did not bring my ego to this fucking conversation.
Oh yeah, because he's not up in his shit
I wasn't like, oh, I was like, yep, that's where I was in Crazy Town. And for our non viewers, I'm pointing at these beautiful pictures in our rental space. Then one is like an empty living room, and then one's a full living room. I was the empty living room. I'm not going to zoom in because we don't have a camera crew yet. But anyone who's interested,
we have remotes, but they control both cameras, and it's
fucking
annoying.
Sucks. So,
I don't know how the fuck are they programmed to both cameras?
I don't know.
Is it because they're just the same cards and whatnot, like the same whatever?
Yeah, but that's just that's how we did it because again, we are new to this, and I love that we're being super honest about the lack of fucking knowledge we have.
And we don't want to edit. We fucking don't. We're already going to have to edit some of the audio in the video just to get it to line up properly. But, oh my God. Like, we don't want to cut. I'll fight you because you wanted to in the beginning. You wanted to make it so polished and pretty. And I was like, bitch, you don't know. That's fine and dandy.
Have we look.
I understand, but dude.
Look at what I'm doing. Like, I have my nails done. I just got my hair done. But I needed to.
And it's stunning. I love it.
Right. So, but it's like, but you know me. Polished is like, I'm a Virgo.
I get it. Okay, cool. But my whole
she's like, man, that's not the reason.
But like, dude, you say that, and then we get down into it, and you're like, I don't fucking know how to do this, you know. So, but also the less there's like a principle behind it too, because when I watch a podcast or I listen to a podcast, and I can see where it's cut, and I can see where it's edited, or where they took a break and they switched topics and it didn't go anywhere, and they came back to a new one and they made it seamless, like that. Like, I want the rest of whatever was there. I don't really get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, which is why we have, like, when we were testing and doing testing and figuring it out and just learning and trying not to throw this equipment across the room.
Facts.
We just were like, fuck it. Mm-hmm. This is how you do it. Mm-hmm. And it's how we're going to do it.
Yep.
And if you don't like it, suck our ego dicks. I don't know. But anyway,
God.
Yeah, that's where we are at. And I think, as we said before, I think it's really important that we brought this reality to
Yes, realness. We're all about realness.
Well, we brought this reality to the reality of what podcasts are, which is literally a gateway into other people's reality. So this is ours. So buckle up, kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no coochie coupons here. What is a coochie coupon?
You took the words right out of my mouth. What the fuck is that?
I think I've heard it once before in my life, maybe in some type of like media sense or literature sense. I said the word literature again like I'm smart enough to use it correctly. Still not. Still in this room.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Maybe I came down the stairs where no one's at the door. Maybe that's what I did. Like no one's at the door in my mind. I'm just like pretending that I heard.
You heard the knock. You opened the door, and
it was literally me just knocking on the wall, being like, "Hey, Brandon, no one's in home. No one's home, and you're in it. No one's there."
Then you answer the door, and it's just me being like,
"Yeah, yeah." It's Sierra at the door of my mind, being like, "Dong,
hello."
Like, you didn't have. She's like, "You didn't have a V8." Boop. Like that's what she did.
V8.
That's what she did.
Bro, I missed those. V8 made such good commercials.
Like V8 was like the birth of like V8. What V8 was like the birth of V8. I must be hungry.
Do we have? We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we shall talk about something else and keep our egos out of it, and hopefully it's entertaining.
Well, yeah. Stay tuned, guys, and thanks for tuning in to Small Talk is Lame. Tune in. We will be launching this every other week.
10 days or so. Yeah, we don't believe in like rapid fire content, and so we will.
Like we said, we're new to this.
We're new, but we also have standards. And if we both have a principle where we don't believe in rapid fire, then we shall not rapid fire. So if you don't agree with that, there's the door. Sorry.
Again, with the ego dicks.
Yeah.
They're there. So just take one.
There's at least one.
Yeah, just pick one.
Or maybe two. I don't know what you got.
Yeah. I mean, if you're ambitious, live your best life. Like I want you to. I want you to be strong. Be you with your ego dicks. Just be better.
But leave the ego at least at the door.
Yeah, and I don't want to see it. I don't want put that on your OnlyFans. I don't need to see that.
How long is this ramble going to be?
I think we're done. All right, stay tuned.
And cut.
Bye, guys. Woo!